You're Sammy Hagar. You can get away with Crocs. He cannot get away with Crocs.
Yeah, you can.
Okay?
Come on, Mario Batali.
Thank you, man.
There you
exactly.
go.
We're the orange ones. Are we officially rolling right now?
Yeah,
good?
we're
Yeah,
rolling.
we started.
Oh,
We're
okay.
good.
We're
We're
good.
almost done.
Hi, we're done, man. Hey, my name's Chris, and this is Steven here, and he works at 94.9, I work for a local paper here, and we also, on the side, do a podcast. So we'll kind of talk to you in podcast form, which means you can say fuck, shit,
cocksucker, motherfucker.
bitch, the whole
You're-
deal.
you
Why would I say that stuff? You would have to
We'll
be
say
angry.
that stuff.
You would have to be angry to
Well,
say that.
I
kind
read
of
your
shit.
book, and my favorite line of the book is "Fuck you, you fucking motherfucker." That's the best line in the book.
No, it's
Fuck you motherfucking fucking
Fuckers,
asshole.
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't
Or
have to
something.
use
Well,
it
I
in
was
an-
angry.
you don't have to
See?
be
There you go.
angry.
I
Not in an
bet
angry
somebody
sense.
pissed me off.
Let's.
Okay, I'm not pissed
now
off
we're
right
happy.
Now.
Well, we're
Right.
stoked, man. We got Sammy Hagar here with
Yes,
us.
you
This
do.
is amazing, man, and thank you for stopping. You were just down here not too long ago, right? You did a benefit for a school or something?
Yeah, that's right. I
fundraiser?
forgot. Yeah. My partner Marco Monroy, who my partner in the Cobble Wobble, he has a school, and they raise money every year, and I went, and it was
Played.
great. It was fun. I played with some band, Liquid something.
Liquid Blue or Liquid Force
Yeah,
or
liquid,
something
liquid,
like that?
liquid ocean or liquid, yeah, something. Anyway, they were good, man. Those guys, they were like good. I'm going, all right.
That's rip,
I better
man.
step up
How
my
about
game.
Well, I thought I'd just do a couple songs. You never know, right?
Right.
And then, I said, okay, we'll do another one. Hey,
works.
pretty soon I'm looking at their list. Say, well, what else you guys want to do? I'm having fun.
So you officially on the road now? You release a new material? Where is
I've
life
just
for
finished a
Sammy?
new record.
Okay.
I've just got one more song. We gotta do
Is
a
it
couple
solo?
things and mix solo. Sammy
Okay.
Hagar and friends.
Okay.
I got a lot of friends. I got Kid Rock on there. I got Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn, the greatest country singer. That guy's so cool.
Yeah.
He wrote this great song called "Bad on Fords" for me, and I said, "Hey, sing it with me." So he sang it with me. I got Joe Satriani's on track, Chad Smith. I just got all my friends, the
Nice,
Wabos,
man.
the Montrose guys, Jenny Carmasi and Bill Church. They're still alive, thank God. So I just tried to have, like my 4 decades thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring it all together on a new record.
What's the whole 4 decades thing?
Well, like Montrose, early
Okay,
Sammy
gotcha.
Hagar,
Van
Van Halen, Chickenfoot, the Wobble Readers. I got all these different.
Bringing it all together.
Yeah, I
and
got
boom.
all that music.
Has it really been 4 decades for you?
Brother,
you look
I
like you're
started in
25,
1972.
man.
I know.
Seriously,
I
dude, you look
feel
like you're in your
I-
20s.
That's wait a minute. You insulted me.
All
man.
right,
I
you're
feel
late
like I'm
teens.
20.
You're late
20.
teens.
21.
How do you-
Oh, drink it. 21.
All right, 21.
After reading your book, I'm amazed you have any hair left in your head. It was the most stressful, the stuff that you went through. In fact, there was one thing that I read that it blew me away. You guys started playing arenas right after 5150, and you said it cost $350K a night to put the show on.
Yeah, that was for the Monsters of Rock, that big stadium tour we did.
I remember that.
And it was like, I fell down in the first show
Yep.
and broke my tailbone. I mean, I had a grapefruit, man, on my ass, man. It was,
Yeah.
and trying to do that tour, walking out in front of 60, 70,000 people every night. And I got an ear infection, a sinus infection from flying and it was hard. It was, and then because the $350,000 nut, it's like, okay, you cancel a show, that's a lot of money.
Well, and you said you had to sell 40,000 tickets just to break even. So
Seriously,
anything
man?
over 40 was profit. 38,000, you lose money.
It's a very expensive show. We have 56 trucks, 3 stages.
Jesus.
People do it nowadays. I mean, U2 did a stadium
Yeah.
tour. A lot of people do stadium tours, but back in those days, we were kind of,
you were just starting to do that. I mean, they
yeah,
weren't.
not a lot of stadium tours
Exactly.
around. A guy would do 1 stadium or 2, so we did a stadium tour. And anyway, it was tough. It was fun. It was great, and it was, but it was such an ego trip. To be honest with you, we would make more money in an 18,000 seat arena sold
Right,
out
man.
than we would for 60,000 people.
Sure.
Right.
And that, you know what I mean? It was like,
But you had something to prove then.
yeah,
didn't you? Or
you
the
wanted
band
to
had
say
something
we
to
could
prove?
sell out of any stadium in the world.
Yeah.
Well,
They
yeah,
had the
after
original
Van
lineup and the whole
Halen.
trip.
After David Lee Roth left, you joined the band, and the band goes through the roof, platinum albums,
Dude,
and
commercially.
Yeah,
out
they
of
were doing great
control.
before me, but it took a giant leap. We had our first #1 album. We had a string of #1 albums, all that, and it was, hey,
I was right there, man. Those
Yeah.
were like my formative
Yeah,
years.
me and you
dude. High
both.
school,
it
college,
was so
the whole
easy.
trip.
Come on, at the time, I was almost as big as them, and I might have been in some places,
Right.
And it was
True.
like, so they came together. It was just like, woo,
sounds like you and I. Actually.
Yeah, kind of
Exactly.
like what brought the two of
I
us
can see
together.
it.
Exactly
I can see
right.
it. I can see
We
it.
have
Wait.
$300 guarantees
Yes,
though, when we hit a club.
guaranteed.
$300, 150 each.
It's so funny because you talk about finance, about how much money you made then and how much money you make now.
Right, dude.
The times have changed so
So
much.
much, man.
And, the inflation and the ticket price. I make more now as a solo artist playing for 4,000 people than Van Halen did.
Right, dude?
Back then, selling out of arenas. It's like it keeps getting more and more and more. And Kid Rock's doing a really good thing about that. He's trying to,
keeps them down.
I love what
That's
he's
so
doing. He went
cool,
to above
man.
$35.
I support him 100.
No
I
doubt.
do too,
100%.
dude. It's like
incredible.
I'm married. I got a couple of kids. I want to go to a show, and I can't freaking afford it.
Yeah,
man.
you're gonna look
$80.
up. You're gonna go. Oh, let's see who's coming to town. Kid Rock and ZZ Top $20. Van Halen
Right?
160. Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
300. The Stones 600. I'm gonna go see Kid Rock.
I'll go see Kid Rock.
Exactly. And I was so glad that whole Stones thing kind of bit him in the ass. I don't want to see them have any troubles out there, but
Nah,
the
you
fact-
gotta love
fine.
the Stones, but that
They're
was.
fine.
no, but the
But
way
they're
that
fine. Like they
Yes.
don't need. They're good.
But the way
Like,
they came out with
It's
those $600
ridiculous.
seats, and the day of show in LA, people are lined up and buying those same seats for $85.
It's unbelievable.
There's a problem with that business model.
Yeah. Well, everybody says to me, "You see the Stones' new tour?" And I'm going, "No." And they said, "Why?" I said, "Well, number one, I've seen them, 20 times. I love them. I've seen their first American concert. I saw, the last
Yeah.
tour, and I'm going, but I'm just not going to pay $600, and I'm
Exactly.
rich."
Sammy Hagar's not paying $600.
Thank
How's
you.
Joe Blow from Escondido gonna pay
Exactly.
$600?
You can't be that good. That's putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
No
So
doubt.
now, I didn't read the book, like Woods just actually picked it up, but I
Love
heard
it.
all the stories that
Love
went
it.
around it. But I do want to ask you, when you got tapped, and obviously you were your own artist and force at that time, but on the ground level, I think of people who got into those Sammy versus Dave wars, and I'm Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
Right.
Did any of that shit get in your head?
Well, at first it did because we hadn't produced it. Well, we were when we went out to do the first show, which is in the book, the album hadn't come out yet, and they only heard the single, right?
Right.
And so I was nervous, go walk out on stage playing, because I said we're only going to play 2 old songs. So we're playing all new songs. I'm going, hope this works. So that got in my head a little bit. The lead up to all that, when our manager and everyone said, well, the record's not ready, it's not going to get out in time. And I'm going, fuck you, man.
It's gotta get out.
Don't do this to me,
Right, man?
I was chewing my nails off. But we walked down stage and they tore the barricade down and we just ripped it up and it was great. And from that moment on, the album came out, went straight to number one, stayed there
straight.
for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So any of that noise, you were able to tune it out immediately.
Well, number one
because
album
you
doesn't
looked
hurt,
at, yeah,
you know?
You looked at the stats and
And,
said,
everything was sold out. I was like, nobody's complaining,
Yeah.
And, but, I mean, nobody likes to hear that stuff, especially when you know where it's coming from. Most of us being
Yeah.
planted, and on the internet today, I just don't even go there because
Good for
there's
you.
all these snipers. Like,
Good
oh,
for
let's
you.
go back. What are we going to do this morning? Oh, let's fuck with Sammy.
We get it too on a much smaller
no,
level.
you don't, because I don't look
I
at
don't
that
look.
shit.
good for
Smart.
you, man.
One of the things I really, I actually was reading the book. One of the things I admire about you the most, and it really hit me in the last couple days. I go, I need a backup plan. Because Sammy Hagar always has a fucking backup plan. Sammy Hagar has 15 different pies with his hands in all of them, and you always have a parachute, man.
I don't ever want to be poor again, and I want to be able to help other people, and so I'm motivated by that now. I used to be motivated by fame and fortune, honestly.
Sure,
I get it.
My dream was to be rich and famous and have girls chasing me down the street and shit, But it's like, enough of that. No.
Yeah, it's still fun. It's still fun, but
Well,
that's
now
not
you're
what-
rich and you're famous. So
Yeah,
what's
so
next?
yeah,
That's not how you
exactly.
get up in the morning.
But otherwise, I couldn't keep going like this. Something's got to drive you. So I'm driven by other things now. It's really great to.
What drives you today?
Well, I say try to help other people and
Yeah.
doing things for other people, and make sure I got my band. It relies on me. My bands, I got to keep kind of going for them. That or else I got to support them out of my own pocket.
Exactly.
So no, and honestly, my fans mean so much to me that when we put a show like in St. Louis, we just put a show on, sold like 10,000 tickets in an hour,
awesome.
gone.
So awesome.
And that makes you just think, God, those people love me so much, no ego trip,
Sure.
that I got to go out and give it to them. So you get up for it. You go,
Right.
you know what? I'm not going to let anybody down at this stage.
Good for
I've
you.
been doing this for so long, and I get up for it.
Good for
and
you.
that's how I motivate
I even
myself.
noticed that just recently, locally, we announced the Del Mar Summer Concert Series for the racetrack, and a lot of the artists have
Yeah,
a part
I'm
of that.
playing that.
You're playing that,
Yeah.
but you're also in the same company as Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Weezer,
Yeah.
Fits in the Tantrums.
Newer alternative
And
type.
yeah, and there's Sammy Hagar plugged right in there, and I'll tell you, just on the ground level and here in the community, people are like most fired up for your show, and you're mixed with like a lot of these bands that played Coachella a couple of
Right.
weeks ago.
Yeah, hey, listen, I bring it. I'm telling you right now. I don't know
Can't wait.
if you don't like my music,
can't wait.
that's your business. But you can never dog me by saying, he took the money and ran. Man, I'll go out there and I'm laying on the floor, sweating, dying at the end of a show because
Sure.
I gave you everything I got, and that's so you can't dog me for that one.
You've played with.
That's why people still pay to see it because they know it's going to be.
You've played with, like, I was thinking about your career. I mean, you played with Ronnie Montrose, ridiculous. Eddie Van Halen, ridiculous. Joe Satriani next.
More ridiculous.
More ridiculous. Is Joe the greatest you've ever seen?
I'm not saying this because Chickenfoot's, my band
current,
now,
right.
but Eddie's the friggin' greatest, and what a great musician, and such an innovator,
Right.
If it wasn't been for Eddie, Joe probably wouldn't be as good as he
Sure.
is.
Truth.
But Joe is so damn good. I keep telling people that he can play like he can just off the top of his head, he can play some amazing stuff and not make a mistake and it be perfect. Joe plays scales perfectly and all that, to where, a lot of musicians can do all that flashy stuff, but a lot of them don't know what they're doing. Neil Schon, I just played with him. Neil Schoen's great.
Journey, yeah.
Great player himself. But he said it. He played 2 songs on my new album, and he goes, dude, I'm saying, Neil, what the fuck are you playing? He goes, I don't know what the fuck I'm playing.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, but if you say that to Joe goes, oh, well, I'm playing this minor
Progressive.
7th flatted 3rd, and I go up to
He's an artist.
and he go,
That's so rad.
and know
man.
every note he played and why he played it. And
Now, is it-
So to me, he's the best because he can do all those things and knows what he's doing.
That's incredible,
Speaking
man.
of the guitar, though, is it true that when you were on tour with Van Halen back in the day that you weren't allowed to play guitar, or your
No.
role on the guitar was limited? Is there any truth to that?
No. In Montrose, Ronnie didn't want me to play guitar, but he had the problem with me picking up a guitar like, hey, whoa.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like him. He won't let me
But
touch
no,
the
Eddie-
mic,
Eddie
you know
wasn't
what I
like
mean?
that.
Yeah,
Sometimes-
I'm a mic hog, man. If he gets
Me
on
too.
a good run, I got to
Me
wrap
too.
it up.
Me too.
Oh, and I'm being told we
Yeah.
have to
We gotta
wrap it
wrap
up.
it up.
Meanwhile, we
Okay,
could talk
but
to
let me
Sammy
just say
for
that
4
real quick.
days.
No, Eddie was not like that. It just that the songs were so hard to play in Van Halen, I couldn't play and sing them properly.
Sure.
So I didn't want to play guitar, and I only played guitar when it was totally necessary.
I am curious, though, and I know you have to run. Did you catch the last Van Halen tour out of curiosity?
There you go.
Okay.
That's my wife over there, and I have to tell you, the first time I ever made love to my wife was after a Sammy
Whoa,
Hagar
easy,
concert.
bro.
I'm telling you, I'm true. I had to tell you.
I got you laid?
You got me late.
Yeah.
You owe me.
Yeah, I did.
motherfucker.
You got me married.
You got him married.
It must have been good.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it, dude.